morning, everybody. Welcome to our Stringybark Festival 2020. This session is presented in partnership with Knox Arts and Events Stringybark Virtual Festival 2020. We're going to cook up a gourmet breakfast and let's get started. All right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to start the breakfast with a light fluffy pancake. Okay, we're making a sour cream pancake. So what we're going to do is we're going to add to this, we're going to make our pancake from scratch, 3/4 cup of milk, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or anything acidic. You could use vinegar if you don't have lemons. And what we'll do is we'll squeeze the juice of 2 tablespoons in there. And what you find is that the milk will start curdling up to give us that beautiful sour milk flavor. And what happens is with the sour milk, that's going to start the fluffiness in the pancake. So we'll just get rid of that milk for now. Pop it over here. So just give that a bit of a stir. We're going to put that aside for a few minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to start making the mixed berry compote. Now what I've got here is I've got maybe about 750 grams of frozen blueberries and raspberries. And what we'll do is we'll heat that up with a bit of sugar and a little bit more of lemon juice, okay? Now, in terms of the sugar, this is what's good about cooking at home. You can actually adjust the amount of sugar you like. I'm just going to put in maybe about 4 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not going to use any syrup on my pancake, so this is going to be the sweetness for the pancake. So we'll just let that cook through. And what we'll do is we're going to add a little bit more lemon juice to that. Now I've got some leftover lemons here. Hang on. Because the raspberry is quite sour already, we don't want to overdo it. I don't want to waste any lemon in this. So, okay. So that's going to cook away. While that's cooking away, what we'll do now is we're going to mix our batter. So you can see the milk here is thickened up a little bit. I'll just get rid of this now. Thicken up a little bit. And what we're going to do to that is we're going to add a teaspoon of bicarb soda to that. Just going to grab a teaspoon. Okay. Oops. Combine that together. And we're going to add to that an egg, which I've got here. So when you're making your own pancake at home, you can adjust the amount of sugar you add to it. Now, normally in this recipe, you can add about 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm just going to add about 2 tablespoons, a little bit more. Okay, combine that together. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil to that as well. So I'm just going to add some olive oil. About 2 tablespoons. That's about 1, 2. Whisk that together. Okay. And then all we need to do now is whisk in 1 cup of self-raising flour, and that's it. Now this is bubbling away nicely. So we want that to be nice and thick by the time it's finished cooking. So let's add our cup of self-raising flour to our batter. Now we'll have the recipe posted on the Knox Council Stringybark site if you're after this recipe. Okay. So we'll just whisk in our flour. Now, with the batter, you don't want to over mix it. You want it to be nice and lumpy as well. And what happens is that lumpiness will turn into a nice fluffy pancake. Okay, that's all you want to do with the batter. When we're just going to now wait for our berry mix to get that out of the off the stove, and we're going to start cooking our pancakes. Now I'm using a non-stick fry pan to do our pancake so that it will come off nice and easily. That just needs to cook for a little, maybe a couple more minutes. So while that's happening, I'll just cut up some strawberries to plate up, okay? Strawberries actually in season at the moment, and they're not beautiful, nice and fresh as well. So you can make strawberry jam with that because they are so cheap at the moment. Okay, we'll cut some more, and what we'll do is we'll pop that onto our pancake. So you want it to be quite syrupy, this mixture. Okay, it's coming through. I'm using charcoal heat, so it's not like I can turn it up any higher, but it is coming through nicely. So I think this is pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to put it down here to cool down a little bit. Actually, what I'll do, I might just pop that in a bowl. Look at this, it smells beautiful. And that's going to be, we're going to ladle that over our pancakes. So, and then what we'll do is after we finish cooking the pancakes, we're going to do the savory gourmet breakfast, so that if you don't like your sweet pancakes for breakfast, you can have some sausages and bacon tossed potatoes. Okay, so that's done. Now we're heating that up. So what I normally do with my fry pan is I normally grease it with a bit of butter. So what I'll do is, this is how I'm going to grease my pan. I think I'll just make sure you don't scratch it. Okay. Okay, so it's nicely buttered. And what we're going to do is we're going to make small pancakes, I think. Just waiting for that to heat up a little bit more. So the batter, you can see it's nice and thick and lumpy. Okay, that's what you want it to be. So we just heat that up a little bit. We want to be nice and warm before we put our batter in there. Otherwise, it'll just kind of spread and run out all over the place. And we'll get our plates ready to serve our pancakes. Sorry, I should get a bigger bench to work from. Okay, so this is warming up nicely. Just going to pop in about 1/4 cup of batter. It's ideally I would like it to be hotter, but it's not as hot. Okay. It is bubbling slowly, but it's not as hot as I like it to be. That's okay, we'll get there. Okay. So one batch will give you about 8 pancakes. So it just depends on how much you want to serve each person. So maybe I would say you get about 3 servings out of this. Okay, let me just grab a spoon here. And we're going to toss, actually, excuse me for 2 seconds, I'll just get my spatula. So I can turn this one over. Okay, so I'm going to flip this one over. Oh, that's nice and golden. And we're going to flip another one over. Okay, everything's happening now. This is good. Okay, flip this over as well. Good. Okay, so what we'll do is I might just push that over a little bit so I can pop in another one. And then before you know it, breakfast is on the go. Okay. So 1/4, again, another 1/4 cup. And it's a beautiful, light and fluffy pancake we're serving. Okay, this is beautiful. This is done. All right. So we're going to pop that out. Maybe 3 pancakes a person. What do you think? I'll just cook a couple more here. So we'll just pop a little bit more butter on there. Now, I should really get rid of all this stuff so that I've got more space to put my pancake. Okay, excuse me. I need my utensils back. What I'll do is I'll put my berry over here, take the rubbish down here. Okay, and then quickly move those cooked pancakes. Whilst that's happening, we will finish it off with our pancakes, fluffy pancakes here. Okay, we're going to dress it up with a bit of strawberries, beautiful color, maybe 3 pieces of strawberries, or maybe 1 over this side. What do you think? 1 over this side and 2 over that side. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll pop some of that beautiful berry over the top. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. And what we'll do is we're going to add a little bit more, sprinkle a bit of that icing sugar on top. So just a gentle sprinkle of icing sugar. And there you go. This is beautiful gourmet breakfast, part of our gourmet breakfast, okay, for you to enjoy. And what we'll do now, we'll finish off the pancake and we're going to get on to, I'll just quickly clean up my kitchen and we'll get on to our savoury part. This is beautiful. It's beautiful, nice and fluffy pancakes. Absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, the recipe will be posted on the Knox Council Stringybark site. Okay, so enjoy our breakfast, or part of our breakfast for now, and then we'll get the savoury part up serving shortly. Okay, all right, enjoy. There you go. This is our beautiful pancake, fluffy pancake with mixed berry compote. Okay, I'll catch you later with our savoury stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do to start our breakfast, okay, we're going to pan fry some potatoes and bacon. Okay, make sure the fire is really, you've got the pan on super hot. Okay, what I'm going to do firstly is I'm going to chop up some bacon. Okay, and we're going to pan fry that off. Now I've got some potatoes already microwaved, so it's nice and soft. And what we're going to do is render that fat, the bacon fat, and then infuse that into the bacon. And we might throw in some fresh rosemary as well. Okay, you can hear my seasoning pan going. I'm just going to throw in a bit more bacon. So Stringybark Breakfast has become now a bit of a tradition. For the last couple of years, we've been cooking breakfast for our Stringybark goers. But you need to get there early, okay, because breakfast only goes for half an hour and it's for the early comers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pan fry that. Now then what I'll do is throw in my potatoes, which I've softened in the microwave. This is a really comforting breakfast to have on a Sunday morning. Okay, I might just throw in a little bit more oil a little bit more. And now we'll just quickly cut up at the other potato. And to this breakfast, we're going to have a tomato and avocado salsa on crispy bread. And we're going to have some, I'm going to be cooking some fatty pork sausages as well. And we're going to crisp them up. Okay. What I'll do next is I'll cut up the sausages. And with my sausages, what I like doing is I like to cut it in half to let the fat cook through so it becomes nice and crispy. You just flatten the sausages like so, and it will just cook in its own fat. You don't need it to add any more fat to that. Okay, so that's, and you'll find that they'll crisp up really nicely. So this is a one pan breakfast. You can cook this on your barbie, of course. Okay, just turning my potatoes in the bacon. You see it's turning nice and golden. Okay, I'm going to cook some eggs with that as well. So just move my sausages along. And then what I'm going to do also is I'm going to saute some mushrooms in there as well. So it's definitely a very hearty breakfast. Just briefly chop some mushrooms. Now mushrooms, you can actually wipe them if you like. I like to briefly wash them, and when you're buying mushrooms, make sure you buy the ones that's not been opened up, okay? So then you can just quickly wash them, dry them up and saute them. But when I'm cooking mushrooms, I don't put salt on them straight away because the salt will draw out the moisture. So just keep that in mind when you're cooking mushrooms. They love a lot of fat though. So we're just cooking, throw in a bit more of that mushrooms. A little bit more oil. Okay. And what we'll do now, just quickly turn that over. Just check on our sausages. It's cooking, not ready yet. And what I might do now is I might just find my rosemary and pop some rosemary on there. Just give it a quick rinse. Rinsing it while watering my garden. So this is beautiful to be cooking in your own backyard actually. You've got all your herbs and everything nearby. Okay, so let's just give that a bit of a turn. How's that going? I might just, what I'll do is I'll move the mushrooms down that way. Oh look, the sausages are browning up nicely. Cooking in its fat. We'll just let it cook for a little bit longer. And then what we're going to do now, whilst all that's happening, I'm just going to quickly chop my chopping board, and we're going to make our salsa. Okay? Just quickly wash my hands again. So with our salsa, we're going to chop up a couple of tomatoes. You can use whatever tomatoes you've got. Just try to get some ripe ones if you can. And what we'll do is just thinly slice it up, and we're going to chop them up. And we're going to add some basil or parsley, whatever you've got in your garden. Okay, just finely chop up your tomatoes though. And what we're going to do is we're going to serve it on some crispy crusty sourdough bread. So it's a really hearty, refreshing breakfast we're having. Now with the tomato, we're going to dress it up with a bit of balsamic vinegar, a bit of salt and pepper, that's it. And of course, loads of olive oil, okay? So that's it. Nearly done. Now there are loads and loads of other things to see throughout this virtual festival, so hang around. It goes on for all day. Let's quickly check the sausages. Oh, look at that. That's nice, turning nice and crispy, golden. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to get some of my spinach ready to throw that in. I might just flip my potatoes and bacon over. Yum. So with the potatoes, if you want to, you can actually cook them with the bacon raw, but I find that having microwaved it for a few minutes, it softens up quickly and it picks up the flavors really nicely. Okay, so whilst that's happening, and we've got eggs to cook as well, so let me just quickly get my avocado done, and then we're going to pop our eggs on top and finish off with the spinach. Okay, so we're just going to score the avocado while it's still in there, saves washing. The bonus of cooking breakfast in your backyard is that you don't have to do a lot of washing. Pretty much everything is done up in the garden. You don't have to mop the floor. Okay, so I've got the avocado, mix that in. Maybe I'll just finish it off there, use the other half as well. Now, like I said, you can add some parsley or chop parsley or basil. I might just add a bit of both because I've got them available. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop a couple of eggs on there to cook as well. So this is one big breakfast. Okay, and then we'll finish it off with a bit of spinach shortly. Now, what am I doing? Pepper. And whilst I'm peppering my salad here, I'm going to pop some on my egg as well. Loads of pepper. A good pinch of salt. And a pinch of salt on my eggs as well here. Okay. And to the salsa, we're just going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar, just to give it a bit of that acidic flavor. And then, of course, loads of olive oil. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So that's ready to go. What we'll do now, we'll just get some basil, that's right. Oops, there goes the flying avocado. I'll just grab some parsley. There's other parsley plants here somewhere. Oh, over here. Excuse me, I'm just going to pop over here into my garden. Out of reach into my garden. To grab some more parsley, okay? And some parsley here as well. And we're just going to quickly rinse it, give it a good rinse. See, the bonus of cooking in your garden is that you can water your garden at the same time. Okay, so you're going to chop that up. Throw that in. I'm going to put some basil in there as well, I think. Just grab some basil from here. Okay, so that's done. Beautiful. Now, what we'll do is we'll just quickly slice up our bread, flip our potatoes, bacon, beautiful. Okay, and then finish off with our spinach. So we've got our greens in there as well. What we'll do is spinach, the stalks go on the bottom. And I might just get some of that fat back this way. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Smells awesome. Breakfast is nearly ready. Okay, and then what I'll do is now I'll slice up some bread to serve. Now I've got a loaf of sourdough bread here. We're going to slice them up. And then we're going to grill it over the charcoal fire. Pop it here, pop my knife down, and I'm going to remove now the whole pan. And we're going to put the grill over the fire. Let me just quickly turn this over. Okay. Just going to move this over. And then we're going to toast our bread. There. Okay, this is going to take seconds because the heat is actually quite intense. And then while we're heating that up, we're going to get ready for breakfast. Now this is burning already. See, it takes seconds to heat this up. Okay, breakfast is nearly done. Thanks for hanging around. If you guys are after the recipes, you'll find it on the Knox Council Stringybark site. Okay, we'll be popping it there for you. Okay, so this is done. That's done. That's done. Okay, so breakfast is served. Now I'm going to move this back, and I'm going to move the pan back this way so we can serve our brekkie out to you. Okay, I'm going to move this away just so that I can put the pan back. Okay, and we're going to serve breakfast. Okay. Going to put a bit of, start off with a bit of spinach and mushrooms. I might just take out 2 slices of bread, one there and one there, and then to that we're going to add a couple of those sausages, and then we're going to add some that bacon and potato, all the flavours there, bit more mushrooms. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to ladle up that egg. We'll pop the egg on top of one of the slice of bread here. Just want to make sure the egg is slightly a bit more cooked through. Okay, that goes on top there with a bit more colour. Okay, and then with the other slice of bread, we're going to serve it. We're going to serve it with this salsa combo. Okay, breakfast is done. Now, thank you so much for joining me for breakfast. Just going to add a little bit more bacon to this, I think. And we're going to dress it, we're going to add a bit of, garnish it with a bit of, what should I use? Basil? Maybe a bit of basil, a bit more basil. Just a bit more garnish there. And that's our gourmet breakfast at Stringybark. Okay? So enjoy your breakfast and we'll catch up with you later on during our other segments. Thank you for joining me for breakfast. Bye.